In this video, I'm going to be showing you exactly how I built and used the Ultimate Investor Toolkit. This is an absolutely unbelievable tool that I use to track my stocks, crypto, and dividends. I use it to calculate intrinsic value, to project what my portfolio will look like in the future, and as a stock watch list. And the best part about this spreadsheet is that all of the tracking is completely automated and every single tab is linked up together. I've been working on this spreadsheet for a long time, so let's go ahead and dive into this video and show you exactly how this spreadsheet works. I'll likely release more in-depth tutorials in the near future, but let's go ahead and have a brief overlook. So the first thing we're looking at here is our investment dashboard, and you can see we're tracking a lot of really important things here. We have a lot of our total portfolio metrics here, broken out into stocks right here, in crypto, and our cash position here. We have any portfolio notes we want listed right here, our total holdings, our allocation between stocks, crypto, and cash. We have a cost versus market value chart here, a growth chart listed here, and all of our percent allocation to each individual stock and crypto. And then we can see how markets are moving today. So for example, if we wanted to look at the Dow Jones today, we'll just select Dow Jones and we can see all of this data is going to automatically load in, and we can see our days change as a percent, and our volume. So that's our investment dashboard tab. Then we have our dividend dashboard tab, and this is one of the tabs I use to closely track my dividend income. We can see my expected yearly dividend income, my all-time dividend income, my average monthly dividends, and my current portfolio dividend yield. I can see my portfolio value over time, my historical monthly dividend income, my dividend income by industry, dividend yield on cost, and my dividend income by each individual stock. Then we also have some other dividend tracking tools such as my dividend calendar. This is an extremely important way to track dividend income. It's going to allow you to see exactly which stocks are paying you dividends on which months, and it's going to allow you to see your dividend growth over time. So for example, if we look at O right here, we can see this is a monthly paying dividend company. So if they continue to increase their dividends while I'm also reinvesting dividends, we can easily see how quickly that dividend payout is increasing. January, $12.57, and you can see right here as it increases all the way up to $17.51. Then we can also see how much each month we were paid in dividend income and how much each stock has been paying in dividend income. We also have a daily dividend calendar, a very simple and easy way to see exactly which days we were paid on dividends. And then on this tab, we have a stock watch list, which is an extremely important element to this spreadsheet, and I'll show you why just a little bit later in the video. Then we have our individual tabs for our stocks and for our crypto listed right here. And what's really important about this is to understand how automated this process is. So let's say I were to buy Microsoft stock. I just need to enter the stock ticker here, enter the number of shares I bought, and the purchase price. Let's say I bought at $270 a share. We can see all of this data right here is going to automatically load in. We can see my price, cost, and market value, some daily change metrics, a one-year trend line, our dividend data, and then our industry. Now, if we jump back over to our dashboard tabs, we can see they've all been automatically updated here. We can see Microsoft stock listed right here. Microsoft is reflected right here. We can see it in our cost and market value. It's reflected in our overall portfolio and obviously our stocks. And just basically everything is automatically updated. It's done that as well for our dividend dashboard. So we can see exactly right here how much Microsoft is paying out in dividend income every year. We can see our yield on costs, and all of these metrics have updated automatically as well. So you can see why this is such an effective and easy tool to track your income. Let's go ahead and delete this off. Obviously, I can do the same thing with my crypto. If I just list the crypto, the amount I bought, and my purchase price here. Here we have my portfolio projection tab, another extremely useful tool. We can simply put our starting portfolio size, the rate we expect it to grow at, our monthly contribution or lump sum if you would so choose to do that, our dividend growth rate, and using this we can project forward exactly what our portfolio will look like all the way up to 30 years. It's going to allow you to see things like our monthly dividend payout comparison, total dividend income comparison, and our total value comparison, and we can see what it'll look like without reinvesting dividends and when we do reinvest dividends. So you can see pretty easily. So let's say if we wanted to look at 4 years down the line, we can see all of these metrics listed right here. Now we're going to look at another really important element right now, and it may be one you're familiar with if you've watched the channel before, but it's going to be our stock screener and our 4 valuation methods right here. So as we can see, let me go ahead and zoom out. You can list whatever stock you want right here, and all this data will automatically load in for our stock screener. So if I wanted to look at target stock, I'd plug in the stock ticker here and hit enter, and all of this data will automatically load in, as you can see right here. But let's say we wanted to look at Microsoft. Let's stick with that example. We'll plug in the stock ticker and hit enter. Again, we'll see all of this data will load in. We can see our business metrics. We can see our dividend data, our moving averages. We can see if we want a 1-year chart, we'll just plug in 365 here and hit enter, and that data will automatically load in. And then we have a lot of other important business metrics right here. But now what we want to look at is our 4 valuation models. We have Graham's valuation, a discounted cash flow, multiples, and dividend discount model. And all you need to do is plug in a few variables on each of these valuations to calculate our intrinsic value. So there it is for Graham's, discounted cash flow, multiples valuation, and our dividend discount model. If you have questions on how to perform those valuations, I have many videos on my channel, and all of those will roll into our valuation output. So let's say, for example, this is just random data, but let's say we came to a valuation of $357 for Microsoft. What we would do is we would jump back all the way over to our stock watch list. And what we would do is we'd plug in Microsoft stock ticker right here and hit enter. And we can see all of this data is going to automatically load in. We have some change, we have 12-month return, we have some dividend data, and the industry. But we want to plug in the intrinsic value that we found right here. So let's plug in $357 and hit enter. And then we can see this data has automatically loaded in. So what it's doing is if we plug in our margin of safety right here, we can see our acceptable buy price for this company, and then we get a signal for which companies are currently buys based on our intrinsic value we listed for them and for our margin of safety. So you can see right here, we currently have a margin of safety listed at 10%. That's a fairly aggressive margin of safety. Let's say we're a little bit more conservative with our investments and we apply a 20% margin of safety. We'll hit enter. And we can see all of a sudden a few of these companies are no longer in position to be buys. Let's say we're even more conservative with our investments and we apply a 30% margin of safety, hit enter. We can now see that the best option for our investment portfolio is going to be Caterpillar at its current prices, as it's still giving us a buy signal with our 30% margin of safety. So what we would do is if we wanted to buy it, we just come over to our stocks tab. We would list Caterpillar right here. And let's say we bought 5 shares at a purchase price of $200. We can see all this data will automatically load in and it will be reflected in all of our dashboards. We can always also automatically update things like our dividend calendar and our daily dividend calendar if we come all the way to the end and just plug in our portfolio value each month and all of our dividend payments right here, and all of that data will automatically load in. So that's how the spreadsheet works, and it's an extremely useful tool. I started using it to track all of my income, all of my overall portfolio, project my dividends, just everything you saw right here. So you can see why this is such a powerful tool all in one. I highly suggest you check it out. If you'd like to be able to download it, you can get it at my Patreon page at the link in the description. I'm going to be releasing more videos on how exactly this spreadsheet works in the near future, but go ahead and leave any comments down below if you have any questions. So that being said, thank you guys so much for watching this video, and please don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.